Welcome to another episode of The Collective, where you will hear all things collecting and much, much more. I'm getting very good at that.
Mhm.
I am one of your hosts, Zack Mo, aka Skin Tack Wipes.
What wipes?
Skin Tack Wipes. It is an alcohol prep pad that I use for my insulin pump sites, but it also causes it to be sticky so that the adhesive stays on for longer.
All right. Well, I'm Collector. I don't have any AKA regarding diabetic supplies, so
I
I'll
looked to
just
my
be.
left, and that's the first thing I saw.
I'm Collector, AKA Glacier Freeze.
Is that what you're drinking?
It's the first thing to my left. Glacier Freeze, baby.
Nice. You know, I love me a Gatorade.
The only reason I'm calling it Glacier Freeze is because I'm looking at it and trying to. I would normally this would be the blue flavor, the light blue flavor. Do you call Gatorades by their color or their name?
Yeah, the color.
Okay. Otherwise,
I
I would say like you're a sociopath, and we would just end the podcast immediately.
Gatorade
It's
orange.
orange. Yeah.
Yeah.
White. It's the white orange one.
Yeah, because there's no sugar in it.
Yep. That's orange though, for sure. What's the flavor called though? Is it just called orange?
Probably.
It probably is. It's a bad example.
Yeah, it's just orange. Gatorade
Not
orange.
not a perfect example, but you catch my drift. You picking up what I'm throwing down.
Well, yeah, because there's glacial freeze,
Glacier freeze.
and then there's the cherry one that's also white.
Yeah.
And I mean like the whole thing is white.
Yeah. Yep. That's white.
And
That's white Gatorade.
it's cherry.
Nah, it's white.
How was your weekend collecting?
My weekend collecting was okay. Kind of uneventful for the most part. Since the last time we did the podcast, what did I do? Personal collection. Since we last did the podcast, I picked up a bunch of sealed for personal. Stuff that I already had and then oversold. Like Charizard Ultra Premium collections, sadly. I sold more of those than I wanted to. So I picked up another case of those for the personal sealed collection. I picked up the new Charizard boxes, you know, those like red ones with the figure inside of them.
Ooh, let me get one of those.
Nah, I bought a sealed case. I'm gonna keep it sealed. I'm not gonna sell them. I can
Open
get
it, give
you
me
a
one,
single
and then
one.
reseal it.
No. I want a sealed case. I'm only gonna be collecting cases, I think, is what my decision is. I don't know. With booster boxes, I want one of each and a case of each, but that's like a pretty hefty goal. So that's what I'm working towards. We'll see. But
I
yeah,
saw a cool TikTok where a guy had he had put the latest ETB on top of something and then he like panned out and it was every ETB ever made
yeah.
like against the wall. It was pretty dope.
Mhm. I've seen those collections before. They're insane. The issue with getting those, I can get all of them. Like I can purchase all of those
Oh,
ETBs.
excuse me.
Like I have access to them is what I mean. But the one that I actually want out of all of the ETBs ever made is the Phantom Gate. What's it called in English? Phantom Forces in English.
Fusion Strike.
I have many Fusion Strike. Well, I only have one of the pink Fusion Strike boxes, but I have 5 of the Pokemon Center Fusion Strike boxes. They're my favorite Pokemon Center box ever made. They're like light blue with pink swirls. They're awesome. The Pokemon Center exclusive Fusion Strike ETB is one of the coolest looking ETBs ever made,
I
in
don't
my
have one of those.
opinion. It's very cool. The Phantom Forces ETB is like $4 to $5 grand. So that's a lot of money for an ETB that I have no intention of opening.
Chump change.
So I don't know if I'm going to go back in time on the ETBs, but I am going. I'm setting aside some from every set that we rip on stream in English, not Japanese. Japanese, I'm only setting aside specialty sets like the high class sets. So I have V Star, Shiny, 151, all those sets. I set some aside, but the regular sets, it's just really not. It's the market is so strange with Japanese that I'm like scared to sit on too much of it. I'd rather just hold the slabs and the singles. I have tons of Japanese slabs and Japanese singles, but not a lot of Japanese sealed. Anyway,
Aren't you married?
Yes.
Go on.
Oh, haha. Sync. I got it. I see what you did there. I was like, yeah, I am, and you know this. So I picked up those 2 for PC. I restocked other items I had oversold. My Obsidian Flames ETB I had sold from the personal, restocked that.
What
My
was in there?
Obsidian, um, it
Nothing
was a
good.
good ETB, but there was no Charizard in it.
Hmm.
I also sold my 2 Chilling Rain ETBs from personal, like the pink or the purple one and the blue one, and I restocked those.
With the Vulpix on it?
No, Chilling Rain has
No, that's
Shadow
Silver
Rider.
Tempest. I'm thinking of
Yeah.
Silver Tempest.
Alolan Vulpix on silver. Chilling has Ice and Shadow Rider Calyrex on the boxes, respectively, for blue and purple. Yeah, basically just like restock stuff I already had for the most part, except for the Charizard EX boxes. Those were new. I didn't have those. And then ripped on Sunday, ripped a personal box on stream of Stellar Miracle, pulled the Lacey,
I was
basically
there.
top card in the set. That was awesome. Charlie asked for it. I sold it to him at a very, very good price. And then
Let's not talk about Charlie.
I like Charlie. Charlie's a good
Charlie
guy.
keeps pissing me off.
He
Collector does the better rankings.
He's right. He listens to the podcast and he's right. Shout out Charlie.
No.
Um,
Out shout Charlie. That's backwards. Shout out.
And then today I was at Target with my family because you remember that giveaway from Saturday that the person didn't accept on stream?
Yes.
All right. So I thought after 24 hours it auto cancels. And I was like, no big deal. It auto canceled. We'll rerun it next week. So I didn't prep. I didn't like bring anything home with me from the office, which is 35 minutes away, right? So an hour and 10 minutes. Dude accepted the givey last night at like 10:30 p.m. for a single pack of Stellar Crown.
You told me.
Oh, I didn't remember. I don't remember telling you. I guess I told you we were playing RDO.
Yeah.
So I had to go to Target to buy a single pack of Stellar Crown, which turned into a booster bundle of Stellar Crown because I was with my kids. We ripped 5 of the 6 and only hit the Lileep. And I really want to open this other pack now because I bet you there's a hit in that one. But then I have to go back to Target again tomorrow if I do that. So I'm just going to ship this guy this pack. Hopefully he gets a great hit. And I also bought an old Sylveon tin, hoping it had Evolving Skies. It did not. But it had 2 Brilliant, 1 Fusion, 1 Chilling. I let both my daughters each rip a Brilliant pack. My older daughter pulled the Umbreon V Trainer Gallery, which is fire. And I was really stoked on that. So that's sitting in here. I'll probably grade it for her and just like tuck it up in her room for when she's 18. She can do whatever she wants with it.
How did your youngest rip open?
She's like 15 months. So I opened the pack.
Okay,
the top of it.
That was my question.
Yeah, I opened the top of the pack like I would on stream. And then I kind of like for Willow, the younger one, I like open it a little bit more so she can grab the cards. And then this was really the first time she was sitting on the table in front of me. She's seen us all open cards. Like we sit at the dining room table basically every time a new Japanese set comes out. We like sit and just rip a box as a family. So she like kind of is familiar with it. So I opened the lid on the tin and she one at a time just put the cards into the tin and like looked at them. It was actually really cool. She was like opening a pack at 15 months old.
Did she get anything good?
No.
Wow, what a loser.
She pulled a Hollow Moltres, which in a Brilliant Stars pack is like whatever. Like both Brilliant Stars packs had hits. One was a Hollow Moltres, and then my daughter pulled the hyper rare Whimsicott, the Rainbow Whimsicott, and the Umbreon V Trainer Gallery.
Whimsicott is such a cool Pokemon to be a rare.
Well, here it is. Hyper rare Whimsicott.
Look how cool that is. Don't you just love it?
She was like, She wasn't excited about the Whimsicott. But she liked the Umbreon, and I happened to, at the time, I was wearing a shirt that had Umbreon on it. And I was like, look, Dad has that on his shirt. She's like, cool, Dad. Give me a cake pop. We were at the Target Starbucks. I think that pretty much wraps it up, though, for my week in collecting. Sorry, I had to hit the vape.
I was about to go really dark.
That was it, I think, for my week in collecting so far. We'll see what happens this week.
That's cool. I didn't collect anything. Did I?
I sent you a package.
No.
I did.
So I got to pay you for the shipping.
Yeah, I forgot, but yes. It was like sub $5. It was like $4 5. It's fine.
All right, so I'll give you 2.
Yeah, perfect. Not sure how that math works.
It's, it's buy high, sell low math.
But yeah, I shipped it out. It has the tin for your sister, presumably.
Oh yeah, the Dragonite tin.
Yep, and whatever else like random stuff you had.
I know I had Squirtle.
Yep. The stuff Deidre sent you.
Right, Squirtle and
Yeah.
Lapras because I still
Yep.
have the
I have
bulb
it.
right
I have it
here.
in there.
I'm assuming
Fire.
that the Venusaur EX, Blastoise EX, and Lapras EX are not in there
Negative.
because you still don't know where you did with them. Um,
They're not in the office, so they're in the ether somewhere, missing.
you probably, I think Mario.
They're probably in Norway, and I haven't seen
Yeah,
Mario since I shipped his package. So I saw him once in the stream, very briefly.
maybe he's
Maybe he's
taking a little
taking a little
break. Maybe
break, a little breaky
tired of your
break.
voice.
No, I wouldn't blame him, honestly.
No, that dude's cool though. Probably somebody else donated something. I don't know. I can't remember. Oh, there should have been
Oh
a.
yeah, I put a surprise sticker in there for you too.
Oh yeah, that's right. There also should have been a. Katie donated a Arcanine to me. It's definitely not in there. I can tell by that face.
Katie donated an Arcanine. What Arcanine?
Um,
Like a hollow? A random one?
I think it was a reverse from
Oh, Katie, you donated it. Yes, I was thinking Katie, who's friends with Johnny Tsunami. Yeah, yeah,
KAYDE.
yeah. I believe
And
that's in there.
then
Because that was late in the week, and I think I put it directly into your bin. I'm pretty positive.
there was also
If
should have been a Charmeleon.
that I put in a reverse Charmeleon and a reverse Charmander that didn't exist from XY.
Right.
I'm sure people are enthralled by this part of the conversation. But
Oh, I'm
yes,
sure
Zack Mo,
everybody's so excited.
I shipped your package with whatever the fuck is in it.
Cool. Well, I mean, that's
Let me
my
know what
weekend
you get.
collecting.
It's a surprise.
That was
My weekend
literally my
collecting
weekend collecting.
was that. So there you go.
Whatever.
It was fun though. Ripping with my kids was fun. I always enjoy ripping with them. Oh, and I got Paldea. I don't think I said that. And I got the new set coming. And I have so much stuff on the way, dude. It's insane. The next couple of weeks on stream are going to be
Anything new
wild.
for this week?
Yeah.
Do you want to give us a little?
No new sets, but there's new stuff coming.
Oh, anything that I haven't seen?
Yeah.
I
I got something nice coming for this weekend. It should land on Friday.
Give the people who actually listen to this.
I put a hint on stream.
I don't pay attention to you.
Well, that's your issue.
On stream or on Discord?
On the stream, I gave a hint.
No, I really don't pay attention to you there.
Yeah.
All right.
We got something pretty awesome coming for this weekend. Hopefully it lands on Friday. It should.
Okay. What was the hint?
The letter R.
Oh, I was paying attention to you. Now, is that vintage?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that doesn't entertain me.
Well, that's unfortunate for you. It's pretty entertaining for me.
I don't buy vintage. Ain't nobody got money for that. I have another question for you because I asked you how was your weekend collecting.
Uh-huh.
How's the market been this week?
This week has been one of the wildest weeks we've seen in quite some time for singles specifically.
Yeah, I'm very depressed about it.
I'm sure
Please
you
tell
are.
us more.
Singles are popping off. Sealed is popping off. Pretty much there's a FOMO / possible manipulation cycle going on with 151. Mainly around the Charizard EX.
I used to have 5 of them.
Yeah, well, that's what happens. 151 is going crazy right now. I think people are realizing singles and sealed, but singles specifically, like percentage gains on singles are nutty.
You think people are realizing?
I think people are realizing like, hey, when we all said there was going to be a reprint, we all thought it was going to be here. And it's not. Like you remember when the videos came out, people were like, "Go confirmed 151 reprint, it's coming, bro. We're gonna get it in October." We got like 6 booster bundles, like for the whole country, 6 booster bundle displays. I got 4 of them. You know what I mean? Like there was just such a small reprint that came out that people are like, if we don't have a massive reprint, this set is going to be extremely expensive to open. So people just are not opening it, and instead selling the singles, but now the singles are going up in price. And it's hard to grade the set, so the PSA 10s are exceptionally expensive. The prices are outrageous at the moment. I mean, that Charizard went from $400 2 weeks ago to in a PSA 10, 300 and change to 700 and change this week in a PSA 10. That's nuts.
That is.
That's a really, really volatile gain. That is not something that makes me confident in the longevity of that gain. That being said, this time of year, as the holidays come around, shopping season comes around, this is when a lot of sealed starts to go up and a lot of singles start to go up. You can see it pretty much kind of like clockwork every year. In the summer months, we see kind of a little bit of a depression in the market. And then as the winter months hit, we see some pretty aggressive gains. And we're seeing it this week for sure, starting to hit. A lot of sealed going up.
Can I interrupt you real quick?
Yeah, for sure.
Deidre. Next time. Oh, no, this wasn't from Deidre. Who is this Bulbasaur from?
Did you trade for it? Andres?
PB.
PB. Yeah, you bought it from PB. You're right.
PB. Next time you send this card to me, or a card, don't put that tape on it.
The tape on the top?
Yeah.
You have to put that tape on the top if you're
not the one
doing a plain white envelope. Oh, you just want to use different tape?
I don't know what he used, but it's impossible to get out of the top loader.
Well, how about you use like a different, like, first of all, you could like slice it with a knife. That would help.
I got it. I think I damaged it.
Perfect. It wasn't going to be a 10 anyway.
Sorry, continue.
Did you damage it?
No, I did not actually.
Well, now I forget what I was saying.
You're talking about 151 and everything.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So everything else is going up, right? Like I've been talking about for the past several weeks.
My bad.
Obsidian Flames going up. Last we talked, it was like 115. Now it's 125. Crazy. Like another 10% gain in a very short time frame. All the sets. Scarlet Violet's performing well. Sword and Shield is performing well. Evolving Skies is going up continuously. Pack prices are insane. I can't even restock Evolving Skies at all at any kind of reasonable price point. I did restock. I'm talking about loose packs of Evolving Skies. I can no longer get those. I sold out of those. I did get a lot of Evolving Skies, and it is going to be on stream either on Sunday or next week.
Well, what was it on Saturday? You got
one booster box, and it sold before I even put it on the website.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it sold instantly, and it's crazy. I got Evolving Skies coming, but it's not cheap anymore. I didn't realize. I guess I had it at a pretty good price, but yeah, it's crazy. It's very expensive. It seems like all of the sudden, but we've been talking about Evolving Skies going up in price for a year, so it's really not all of a sudden.
Right.
Umbreon single going up again. The Moon Kitty in both Japanese and English. The market is hot right now. The market is extremely hot right now. Now's a very good time.
Is hot.
Now's a very good time to be in Pokemon. So I don't love the Charizard market though, and I kind of want to talk about that for a minute.
Okay, I'm listening.
I'm talking specifically the 151 Charizard EX.
Okay,
that card sold very recently, past 24 hours, for like $700 in a PSA 10.
Right.
So if you go and you do the math, let's just say it's worth $600 because that's what the math was done at. And I don't know how to rerun it off the top of my head at 700, but let's just say it was 600 market price.
Okay.
That puts the market cap on that card. If no more get graded, right? If we just have this current sample size of PSA 10s and the card is worth $600 in a PSA 10, that puts the market cap of that card at $5 million. So the total amount of PSA 10 Charizards in existence, if one person bought every single one at $600 a piece, it would be $5 million, roughly, right?
Okay.
The market cap on PSA 10 base set first edition Venusaurs is $2 million. That math ain't mathing to me. That card is not, Venusaur is never getting reprinted.
Well,
You
it
know what I
might.
mean? Base
Just not
set,
gonna be a
not
first
first
edition.
edition base set is never getting reprinted, right?
Right.
There's very, very limited amount out in the wild
Right.
versus like 151 is prime reprinting set. So I just don't think it makes sense for that card to be as expensive as it is.
Right.
Sealed EV promo, very nice. And I guess I really don't have too much else to say about it other than I think it's ridiculous that that card is currently commanding $700 in a PSA 10. People
Well,
just
I
buy
was
what they
just
like.
looking at TCG Player earlier today, and I saw it was at, I think it was like 205. If I'm
I
wrong.
yeah, I think it's probably even more than that. I think it's selling for more than 225 or 205 unless it dropped overnight. Cuz yesterday it was at 218 at one point. So that might have been a light play
Uh,
copy, I don't know.
what that I saw?
Or yeah, or people are dumping because it went up. So I see 204.99 listed on TCG. That's the very 1st
Mhm.
listing, and it's light play.
Okay.
So let's see, view more data, filter sales, near mint, view sales. Last olds 215, 205, 215, 205, 200, 210, 210, 217, 225, 220, 210, 210, 220, 220, 215, 215, 215, 220.
Hut
So
hut.
about 220.
On the
Market
collector
market
app,
price on near mint
uh,
is near mint hollow foil market price 223.55.
on the collector app, it's at 218.
Yeah. I mean, the chart is insane.
Jump.
On the card 1 month ago, the week of, let's see, September 13 through September 15, the card was worth $123.62.
Right.
So in 1 month, the card has gained over $100 in value,
Yeah.
which is 80% growth in 1 month.
What
That is not
I see on
normal,
September
healthy growth.
22nd, I see it was 122.49 on
Yeah.
collector app,
Yep.
and
I
yeah,
mean, it
now
was one all the way back to October 1st. It was 130. October 9th,
ridiculous.
150. And now it just went. It's just insane. I mean, the growth on the card is insane. I think people are afraid to miss out on the set. We thought we would have a much larger reprint, and we haven't. I mean, obviously, it's a Charizard. Charizard controls the market. As the market is getting hotter, the Charizards are getting hotter. As the Charizards are getting hotter, the market is getting hotter. You know, it's not completely shocking that this card has gone up the way it has, but it is not healthy, in my opinion, for this card to
PSA
be this
9,
price.
208.
Yeah, I mean that's like
I
a good
traded
deal.
that. I traded that at $100 value.
Yeah. Yep.
Whatever. I don't even remember who I traded it to. I think it was Buck. Buck, I want it back.
That's pretty funny. But yeah, the market's pretty insane. As you can see.
Market be marketing.
Market be marketing. Pokemon go up, right? That's what I say all the time.
Pokemon go up.
Sealed Pokemon go up. Even Raw is going up right now, but Sealed just continues to outperform the S&P, the Nasdaq, and all the major stock markets. It's a very good alternative investment for people.
How the heck were you able to tell that I was holding up a sealed EV promo?
I could see it very clearly. It's like right in front of your
Not
chest.
very clearly at all.
Oh, it was clear. It was crystal clear. I know what that looks like, dude. I know exactly. Yeah, those 3 tufts of hair are the Eevee. I've seen. You know how
Whatever.
many of those I've owned?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you gave that to me for some reason.
Thousands of that
I don't know
card.
why you gave it to me. I don't remember. I
All
might have asked
because
for it.
every time I open an ETB, I get one of those promos, and all the Shining Fates that I would sell either came from collection boxes or ETBs, and I've sold thousands of packs of Shining Fates. So I've had hundreds, if not thousands, of that promo.
You're so cool.
Mm-mm. It's just my job to sell Pokemon. I have a pretty cool job.
Which makes you pretty cool.
All right, yeah, I'm pretty fucking cool, man.
Wow, calm
So how
down there,
about that?
bud. You're not that cool.
Speaking of cool, tell me something cool. I want to learn about a Pokemon that I don't know much about.
Oh, you may regret saying that. So,
Oh boy.
I thought let's
King
have some fun this week.
King requested Thievul. If we're doing Thievul, I'm gonna be an unhappy camper.
Well, you're not doing Thievul. King,
Good.
I'm sorry. We're not doing Thievul this week. I will surprise him 1 week by doing it, but it's not going to be this week.
On week 1,483, we can maybe look
When
at
Dan Marino's here, we'll do Thieving.
No, that was like 60 something, right?
No, I think it was like 90. I don't remember. I'd have
I'll
to.
have to go back and look.
Yeah. All
I
right.
have to
So the
start
one
working on that.
I am doing this week,
Bum, ba-da-ba.
it is from the Johto region.
Johto?
It is the final
Hello,
evolution
Johto.
of a starter.
Okay.
It has a Hisuian form.
It's Pikachu!
Fuck. No. Did you guess what it is?
Typhlosion.
Yes, it is.
Sussy. I love that.
We are
Sussy
going to do
Typhlosion
Typhlosion.
leaks.
I will do the leak
Yeah.
story.
Can you cover like a little bit about that? So if people like don't know about the leaks, for example.
So Game Freak, Pokemon Company, they got hacked. And these hackers released thousands of like classified information, if you want to call it. Sprites that we've never seen, Pokemon that we've never seen, and also a lot of stories and mythology behind some Pokemon. Why these things weren't burned, specifically like Typhlosion and Slackoth, I don't know. It should have been deleted forever. They didn't clear out their trash bin in their computers. So all this shit got leaked and now it's all over the internet. It's wild what we're seeing. What I do like seeing is some of the beta sprites of some Pokemon.
Some of the leaks are awesome. Like the leaks
Yeah.
on the Gen 2 Switch console, the leaks on the new
Oh, that's right. They also got all that. Which that kind of annoys me that they leaked out like the entire Legends ZA story.
Yeah, I mean, I
I'm
could
not
see
going to
why
read
that
any
would
of
be
that.
right. Yeah, you have the option to avoid those types of leaks. I feel. The thing I'm most excited about, I guess, is like the new game leak that came out, where they're talking about a game that's going to be. Whoops, I should turn my phone on silent. The game is supposed to be way more like battle focused, kind of like Pokemon Unite, but
But that has
something
nothing to do with the
different.
main series.
Right, but it's a whole new
Right,
game,
right.
which would
Yeah,
be
I
sick.
did read about that.
I'd be excited to play like something similar to like Pokemon Stadium,
Right,
but
right.
on like a more of like a multiplayer where we have like more, the modernity of the gaming we have right now, where we can all game with one another, is very different than what we had when Stadium was out. Pokemon
We didn't
Stadium,
have fucking
there was nothing. I mean, you could go to a
yeah.
LAN party, but I don't think you could play Pokemon Stadium on PC at that time. So the multiplayer experience was limited to 4 N64 controllers with,
Right.
one screen. So it should be really, really, really cool. Hopefully we can build like battle teams, and there's so much they could do with it, dude. Like,
I'm sure that you're gonna be able to, because like in Pokemon Stadium, you were able to get the pack for the back of the N64 controller, and you're able
mhm,
to put in your cartridge, and you can use your Pokemon from Yellow, Red, Blue, Gold, and Silver for Stadium 2, and you're able to battle with your Pokemon. So I'm sure they're gonna have
right.
a way where you can transfer Pokemon from like Pokemon Home or some
That's
shit
what I
like
was going to
that.
say. I think it'll probably integrate with Pokemon Home in some
Right.
way.
So yeah, I mean that's kind of dope. I don't want to see story wise anything that's coming out. I'd rather be surprised by playing the games.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so these massive leaks happened, and we learned some fun things about Typhlosion. We learned that Diddy wasn't the only crazy scandal this year. Typhlosion is a fucking creep, and I am going to tell you this story. I'm also going to tell you other things I learned about Typhlosion while doing some research about it.
Awesome.
So the story goes, this is like the mythology of Typhlosion that was leaked. Um, the story goes, I'm trying to remember it correctly. There's like this little girl, and um, she was trying to like get back home, and she got like lost in the forest or some shit, and then Typhlosion like kidnapped her and like kept her in like a cave or some shit, and gaslighted the fuck out of her to staying in the cave, and then eventually, I'm pretty sure he sexually assaulted her, raped her. something along those lines. And like her dad was like gonna come, and he's like, "Yo, if I go see your dad, I'm gonna fucking kill him." And she's like, "Nah, it's my dad. Like, I'll stay, whatever." And then, man, I'm butchering the story. Um, eventually, the Typhlosion went out. The dad killed the Typhlosion, and she went home with her Typhlosion baby. Typhlosion's a fucking creep.
That's kind of what I heard. Very
Yeah,
similar.
yeah. Why they didn't burn that story? I mean, I'm glad they didn't put it into the games, because if that was in like a Pokedex entry,
Yep,
Typhlosion, the volcano Pokemon, used to rape.
pretty much. I think he like married the girl. Isn't that the lore about it?
Yeah, like he married her. The other thing about these leaks is that there's more than one of these stories.
Yeah, I didn't see many beyond Typhlosion, but I saw the
I'll tell you
Typhlosion
another
leak.
one real quick that I learned today. Slackoth. So, long time ago, when the blurred lines between Pokemon and humans, that's what, most of these stories are. There's very blurred lines between them. Um, a a group of kids would capture Slackoths. This is before like capturing was a thing for like battling and like companionship. They would capture Slackoths, beat them, maim them, rip their ears off, kill them, and just leave them. So the story
Rip their
goes,
ears off.
yeah, that was a very big part of it. Was that torn ears was a very big part of it.
Wait, what ear? They don't even have ears.
Yes, they do.
Slack off?
Yeah.
No, they don't.
Well, now you know why.
I guess so.
They evolved to not have ears so they didn't get fucking ripped off by little kids. Um, so a story goes, the group of friends were doing this, and then one day one of them got lost in the woods going back home, and uh she wound up, there was a Vigoroth. And the Vigoroth had a missing ear, and she had passed out from fear. She had awoken at like this very serene looking like lake, and all around her she saw was like Vigoroths and Slackoths and shit in the trees. And she noticed that all the Slackoths were I don't know, it was very important in the story that they had ears.
I believe it.
Um
I'm just showing you a slack off.
so in the trees and shit, she had slowly noticed that most of the Slackoths were all the ones that they had like killed and completely destroyed. Um, and the Vigoroth and the other Slackoths were putting them into the water in this lake. I guess that was what they did with their dead. I don't know. Um, so then she had she turned around and there was a huge slacking. And oh god, that's I just looked at the screen. That's terrifying.
That's a sussy Typhlosion for you.
I got your daughter in my cave. Um, so she turned around as a huge slacking. She passed out again from fear, and she had awoken right at the edge of the forest by her house. Turns out that slacking fucking raped her, and now she was pregnant with a slacking baby.
Human Pokemon hybrids. I think they said the same thing about Typhlosion, right? Didn't the girl have a
Hmm.
Typhlosion baby?
Yep.
Oh
So
man.
so now she she gives birth. She was gonna kill it, but then she decided not to kill it, and she fell. It was her child, and she like forgot about her friends, and her friends were all like, "Yo, what are you doing?" She didn't tell anybody that she had a slack off baby. And then eventually the kid like went out of the house or something, and the friends found it, and they did what they usually did to slack offs, and they completely maimed, killed this poor little slack off baby of hers.
Ugh.
And she picked it up and she ran to the lake to put it in the water with the other ones. And then the friends like followed and saw what was going on and decided not to do it anymore. That was literally how the story ended.
Woof.
It's fucking wild, dude.
Man, these leaks are nuts. There's
They
some
really
crazy,
are.
crazy leaks.
They really
Some
are.
some dark stuff.
Wild shit.
Well, I appreciate you sharing about Typhlosion and Slack Off. We should put like a trigger warning at the front of the episode or something.
We should. Where are the screenshots I took of regular Typhlosion lore? All right. So, Hisuian Typhlosion appears to be based on psychomorph figures, common in many mythologies. More specifically, it may be based on Kami Huchi. I don't know how to fucking pronounce that.
Who's
The
Coochie?
Yep, the Anu goddess of fire and their hearth, whose fire is said to act as a gateway between the human world and the spirit world. So that's why Hisuian Typhlosion is fire and ghost.
Mm-hmm.
So
Got that
that's
sweet purple fire going on.
right. So that's where that kind of comes from. The ghost flames on its neck are reminiscent of the necklace of, goddamn these words, Magatama beads, which are associated with various spiritual beliefs, including the ancient Japanese practice of burying them in graves along with the deceased as offerings for the gods. That's pretty cool.
It is very cool.
Its name, so there's no like specific like where its name comes from, but it could be a combination of typhoon and explosion because it is a volcano Pokemon, which it also shares with two other Pokemon. Pokedex entry wise, Quilava is also known as the volcano Pokemon, and Entei is known as
Huh.
the volcano Pokemon. But it could also be named after the Titan Typhon.
What about Volcanion?
I don't think is it known as the volcano Pokemon?
No, but that's pretty much a volcano Pokemon, right?
Well, it's in the name, but it's not like Pokedex wise. It's not
Yeah.
called.
Interesting. I mean, you're right. It's just very interesting. I think Camerupt also. Doesn't Camerupt have a volcano on his back?
Yeah, but it's not known as the volcano Pokemon.
No, it's not. It's very unique. All right. Cool. Fun fact.
So it could also be named after Typhon, which is a Titan in Greek mythology, who's buried under a volcano on Mount
New
Etna after
new
being
horse
defeated.
new horse name, I call it.
Etna or
Oh,
Typhon?
Typhon.
Typhon. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much what I learned. It's pretty cool. It's some kind of mammal. It's sleek, it's bulky, but it's still agile. Fire on its back comes out, which people think may be quills, quill lava,
Right. Yeah.
former, some kind of mammal. So yeah, that was Typhlosion
Dope.
and Slack Off. You got a 2-for-1 this week.
Yeah, the leaks, it was necessary to do a 2-for-1 given the leaks.
Yeah, those stories. I'm
There's
sure
so
there's gonna
much.
be
We're gonna
more.
have to come back. We'll have to like read some more and come back and visit some more leak stuff as
Definitely.
time goes on.
Definitely. That's yeah. Those are the only two that I saw. I mean, which was really funny because today I was on Pokemon Go and I saw that Typhlosion was in a raid, and I
Yeah,
was like,
didn't you
"Oh,
screenshot it and send it to the Discord?
I did."
It's pretty funny.
I thought that was funny.
Pardon.
Yeah. So Typhlosion and these ancient stories of Pokemon are pretty fucking
Pretty wild.
There's
Yeah, I
interbreeding,
agree.
interspecies breeding.
All right. Well, to I want to take it back to a less disturbing topic,
Let's take it back.
hopefully. And I don't know how this one's going to go. This is either going to be what we talk about for the rest of the episode, or maybe we have to change lanes. But I want to know, when you were a kid, did you trade
I was
anything with
fat.
your besides food? Did you trade anything with your friends in school?
Besides,
Obviously, besides Pokemon cards.
did I trade anything with anybody in school? What? How old are we going? Because this question can have a lot of answers.
Yeah, go back to pre-K.
Pre-K. I don't fucking remember pre-K.
All right, we'll go back to when you start remembering.
You just trade cigarettes.
All right, back a little further than that. Thinking more like childhood fun.
That was childhood fun. um, you know what? I don't think I did. Video games. Yeah, I
Interesting.
would say
Okay.
video games.
And that checks out with your personality today for sure.
My personality.
Yeah, you're still a huge gamer.
Yeah, I like
I
playing
I
video
would
games.
consider you a huge gamer.
I like escaping my world and going into a funner one because mine's just terrible.
Oh my god, alright.
Um, no, but I
That was
remember like
that was really dark.
my two buddies across the street, when I was a kid, like their parents would buy them a certain game, my parents would buy me a certain game, and then we would trade.
Yeah, I
You
never
can
did
play
that.
this.
That's interesting. As
Yeah,
far as I
we
can
did it all the
remember.
time with like N64,
No, I never did
PlayStation
that.
1 games, PS2 games. It was fun
See
because like I remember we would trade like GTA games. I think like I had San Andreas, and they had 3 or some shit. I don't remember, but we each in the little slot where it would have the game booklet, we would
mhm,
have loose leaf paper completely filled out with the cheats.
of course,
And
you
like
gotta have
that
the
would
cheats
be
written
yeah,
down.
that
Yeah.
would be a part of the trade. It's like, "Oh, here's all the cheats for it." It was fun. Definitely fun. Shout out
Yeah.
Joey and David. That they don't listen to this, but
I never traded video games. We would go to each other's houses. Like, I remember Mike Moranitz had a PlayStation. Most of us had N64s, but Mike Moranitz had a PlayStation, so we would go to his house to play PlayStation games. And I remember playing Tony Hawk on I think it might have been Tony Hawk 2 on PS1. He had a camo PS1, or maybe the
mhm.
controller was camo. I'm remembering camo and being like blown away by the graphics comparatively to THPS 1 on N64, which I had.
Well, that was the other
Um,
thing we did though. Like we also did go over each other's houses and play and shit like
yeah, I
that.
mean, I think probably most people have that. You know, any kid who like played a bunch of video games and was involved in like a community, where they could travel short distances to get to their friends' houses.
They lived literally across the street from me.
Yeah. So like we both grew up in pretty densely populated areas. I think other kids probably had more space between each
Mhm.
other's houses, made it a little bit harder for them to, walk across the street or whatever. Like I could ride my bike to all my friends' houses when I was a kid, but
So could
it's
I. It was across
not
the
the
street.
same. These days, even if people are close, it's really not the same. But okay, so video games. You collected and traded video games. Although collecting might be a not necessarily
Collecting
the
meant yeah, I wouldn't say
perfect
that's the
term for
word.
it, but was there
Yeah,
anything that you collected besides Pokemon?
nothing really comes to mind. Um, no, not really. There was probably like a brief time where I didn't collect anything.
Got it.
Empty packs of cigarettes, maybe.
Nothing when you were younger before you started smoking cigarettes?
Uh,
I feel like I've been doing this forever.
no, I mean, I really can't think of anything specifically that I would collect.
You remember homies?
Okay, fine, then I collected homies.
And did you trade them in school? That was like one
No,
thing that I collected and traded for sure.
I don't remember trading any homies, but I remember collecting them. Definitely
Dude,
collecting them.
we we would bring like sandwich bags, like big Ziploc bags full of homies to school and trade them with each other to try to complete the sets.
How were those Ziploc bags?
I mean,
Were they
probably
real nice?
they probably got used pretty well, bro. If I'm telling
Yeah,
you the truth.
sound like good Ziploc bags. Yeah, no, we
I'm,
all had homies. You know what? I'm lying to you.
See, I
I
just have to dig it
collect
out of you sometimes.
well, my memory isn't
You
what
repress
it
a
used
lot
to
of
be.
these childhood memories.
Repressed and, you know, things make me forget easy. Um,
Got it. You're
I used to collect wrestling.
a slow learner and a fast forgetter.
I wouldn't say I'm a slow learner. I learn pretty
I
quickly.
would I would call myself a slow learner and a fast forgetter.
No, I think I learn pretty fast, but I do forget easy. I remember some random dumb shit, but I forget some things like what I collected as a kid, which were wrestling figures. I
Okay.
used to have a shit ton of wrestling figures.
I feel like we briefly talked about that, but did you trade them? Did
First
you like
episode.
bring
No, never traded. I just bought and sat in my room
interesting.
and
The reason I wanted to talk about trading is because you trade a lot now.
well, it's easy when I have a shit ton of Pokemon.
Yeah, but you had a shit ton of wrestling figures, like didn't trade them. It's just interesting.
Who am I gonna trade it to?
I don't know, other kids who have wrestling
I'll
figures.
give you my Undertaker for your Stone Cold.
Well,
No, I'm gonna
wrestling
get my own
figures,
Stone Cold and then have a match.
you probably wouldn't have doubles of wrestling figures, but we
That's
traded
not
a lot of
true.
stuff.
Well, I wouldn't have doubles of a specific like specific run of a wrestler, but like I'd have like
Right.
3 or 4 Undertakers that were all different.
Various, yeah.
Right.
Various different Undertaker. I understand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
All right.
Undertaker
Well,
was the man.
so not too much in the way of trading stuff in school.
Not really that I can remember.
Did you guys get a Pokemon card ban at some point in your school where you weren't allowed to bring them in and trade them anymore?
I remember in 2nd grade, I was so hyped. I had an Ivysaur. I was so hyped, and I think I was showing it to somebody, and Miss DeMarco was
This
like,
bitch,
"Zach,"
I already know. I hate
she was
her.
like, "Zach, put it away." And I was
Fuck you.
yeah, exactly. I definitely sounded like a little fat Cartman. "Fuck you, bitch, I do what I want." Um, I probably put it away for 5 seconds and pulled it out again, that's what she said, um, and showed it off to whoever. I don't she took it away, she put it in her, like, teacher closet thing, and I was devastated because clearly this had an impact on me because I can remember it very specifically. I don't she definitely gave it back to me, I don't remember that part, but I just remember her taking it and me being devastated, like, "Yo, that was my fucking Ivysaur. That's a base set Ivysaur, bitch. Give me that back." Um, yeah, that's all I really can remember about
Yeah.
Pokemon in school.
We had a ban pretty quick on Pokemon cards, if I remember correctly.
Well,
They
you're
came out,
also older than I am.
yeah, by not too
Yeah,
much though, right? What year? I was born in 89,
I was born in '92, so you're 3 years
3
older.
years. So when I was dealing with Pokemon cards, I was in 4th grade.
So I was probably in, like, 1st or 2nd, and it
4th,
probably
5th,
wasn't
and I think it was summer of 4th into 5th grade
so it probably
that I
wasn't
was
the
like
same way
heavily
of,
into
like
Pokemon.
well, it probably wasn't the same way as me because I was younger. So I was more like, "I like this green guy."
Yeah,
I don't know.
I had binders, right? I had like all I like wrote everything. I wanted the whole collection, but I remember trading them at the pool, and then we couldn't trade them in school by the time I wanted to like be trading them at school. But I
At the
had other
pool,
stuff
that's
too. Yeah.
dangerous.
It was dangerous. I ruined my Pokemon card collection. Not at the pool, but on a bicycle on my way to a friend's house. Did I
Did
ever
you
tell
put
you
it
that
in the
story?
spokes?
No, I had my whole binder with my base set Charizard and base set Blastoise. You know, I had the whole base set. I had Jungle, I had Fossil. I had in a binder, 3-ring binder in the Ultra Pro sleeves in my backpack. I had what was at the time it was called a bomb bag. I don't really know what it would be called today. Do you know what a bomb bag is? I feel like you could get those in
Probably
bodegas
if
in
you
New York too.
showed it to me, yeah.
It's like a little silver thing like this, and you would pop the thing in the middle, and it would inflate, and
Oh, a
then it
bomb
would
bag. Yeah, yeah,
yeah
yeah,
yeah
yeah.
it would inflate for X amount of time, and then eventually just pop. I
So
had a
what's funny
bomb
about
bag.
bomb bag is that it used to be sold. Remember that store I told you about Lotus?
Yeah, I'm sure they
The
had it.
Pokemon cards. It was Pokemon cards, bomb bags.
Yep. Yep. So I had a bomb bag in my backpack. It might have been a stink bag. I don't remember, but it was a
Ugh.
bomb bag, and they're filled with some kind of like gritty,
It's
sulfury type.
it's fucking baking
You
soda
think it's just baking soda and
and
vinegar in there?
vinegar. Yeah.
Well, regardless, I had one in my backpack, or maybe multiple, but one somehow deployed while I was on my bike
Mhm.
and just trashed the binder, the whole Pokemon binder.
That sucks.
Yeah, it was bad.
Used to get bomb bags and then the little white snaps.
Yeah, poppets. We called them
Uh,
monkey bombs. They call them poppets now.
that's racist.
Why?
Um, I don't know. I just like I use that often. You should see when I say it to my boss and he has no idea why the fuck I'm saying that to him.
We call them monkey bombs.
I think we
Pop,
just call
pops
them
or monkey
snaps.
bombs.
Snaps, I think, is what we called them.
Yeah, we would like throw them at each other at the floor, or whatever, and they would go like tiny little pop. They were fun, but yeah, we
Bomb bags
traded.
are fun. So if you don't know what a bomb bag is, now that we're talking about this,
Yeah, I wonder if they
a
still sell
bomb bag
those.
is like this. It was like a silver square, and I had like a picture of like a bomb or like army some shit on it,
Army, yeah, usually
and there was a little pouch inside that you can feel, and I think that had the vinegar in it or whatever.
they
One of
still
them,
sell them,
and so you'd pop that little bag while
bro.
it's inside. You chuck the bomb bag, and then it would blow up. If you ever did like a volcano in science class as a kid, you put the vinegar and the baking soda, it makes the volcano. Now pressurize that in a little aluminum bag,
I'm
it
gonna have to
explodes.
order these. They sell them.
That's awesome.
They sell them on Amazon. $17.99 for a display of 72 bomb bags.
Yeah, they were like what, like a quarter back in the day or some shit like
Probably,
that.
yeah.
Yeah,
15
bomb
cents a
bags are the
piece
shit.
on ricksvending.com.
They also used to make, as you mentioned, fart bags, which
Maybe,
same
yeah, that's what I
concept.
was thinking of.
It's the same concept, except it would smell terrible. And I remember fucking with my dad once. I popped like 2 of them and threw them in the back of the car and ran, and he was pissed because
I'm gonna order all this stuff.
that smell would not get out of the car. My dad was fucking pissed.
Bro, they have new homies.
We're all new homies.
They're $15 a piece though. I used to get them out of the 50
Why?
cent machines. They're bigger.
They're
They're
like
like
a
they're like
quarter.
the size of a Funko Pop.
Not stupid. They were, yeah, well, they were like a quarter. They were like
Yeah, I got
this.
them out of 50 cent machines.
Those were a lot more fun.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I used to collect all kinds of shit and we would trade in school.
I
Homies
told
for
you the
sure we
one
traded in
story.
school.
I told you that one story when we used to steal this kid's Pokemon cards,
I don't know if you
didn't
did.
I? Oh god. Oh, I hope he's not listening. Um, so
Imagine he's
there's
one of the 16 people that listen to the podcast on YouTube.
I'd be
Finds you.
wildly surprised, and I would say thank you, Pyom. So his name was Pyom. He
I'd
lived up
remember
the
that
block.
name.
I definitely told you the story. He lived up the block, and his parents would buy him everything. So he had multiples and multiples of cards, especially like the Charizards and everything. So when we would hang out with him, me, Joey, and David, they're culprits. I'm doxing them on this. Um, we would hang out with them. Not even just them. My sister, my brother, we all did it.
I'm
Um,
bringing down the whole organization.
we'd
A
go up to
Rico
him
case.
and he'd be like, "Oh, hey, Pyam, can we see your Pokemon cards?" And like we'd all sit there and like go through the binder, and then one of us would be like, "Oh, hey, Pyam, come here real quick." And we distract him, and then we'd all sit there and just start taking out the. I don't know if he ever caught on. He had to have caught on. He was like, "Oh, I used to have 5 of these. Now I have 1. What happened?"
Yeah,
He
well,
had to have
so
caught on.
no wonder you weren't trading with people, bro. You were just stealing from people.
Yeah, and then I'd go trade for cigarettes.
There you go. Trade the Charizards for cigarettes in 3rd grade.
Let me get a
How
pack
old
of
were you when you started smoking cigarettes?
Heavily summer of 7th grade into 8th.
Oh my god, bro. You were young.
Yeah, no, I was young. I remember one of my first cigarettes. So my dad was a smoker. And I stayed home sick from school. Sure, that's a good time to try your first cigarette. I think I was in like 4th or 5th grade. And I remember I was watching TV in the living room. The ashtray was next to me. His bedroom was downstairs. And there was like half a cigarette in there. And I was just like, I wonder. So I lit it. I don't even think I inhaled it correctly.
Yeah, of course not.
But then I heard him coming up the stairs. Perfect fucking timing.
Right.
I put it out real quick, and I was just there going, trying to get the smoke out of it or whatever. Luckily, the whole house smelled like a cigarette because he was a
Right.
smoker.
Right.
So I just laid back down on the couch, pretended nothing happened. And then like I remember like 6th grade, like near the end of 6th grade, I would steal cigarettes from mom and dad, and I would go to the park by myself most of the time and just have a cigarette. I was stressed out as a kid, apparently. I would have a cigarette.
I was by myself for my first cigarette too, in a park.
Nice.
But I was much older. I was in high school, probably
Oh, no, I was in junior high.
probably 9th or 10th grade. Right? How old were you in 10th grade? Nah, 16. Nah, it had to be earlier than that. I probably had my first one in 8th grade and then didn't smoke again for quite some time.
Right, going into freshman year of high school, I know we're 14. Depends on when you
Yeah.
were born,
So
but
I had
yeah.
it before. I had my first cigarette before high school because I was like riding bikes and I pretty much had stopped doing that by the time I was like 16. But I was like riding a bike and I found a pack like in the like we
Oh,
went to
yeah,
these
smoke
trails.
it. That's real smart.
Yeah, that's what I did. It was
Now look at you.
a pack of Camels.
Ew. I
Yeah,
miss cigarettes. Sorry.
I do not at all.
I do.
But so okay, so speaking of being degenerate thieves and doing that in high school instead of trading homies with one another, did you ever hear of Chromies? Is that a thing that you know of? Probably in New York City, I doubt it.
Chromies. No.
Yeah, Chromies. Comment down below what you used to trade in high school, but also tell me if you've ever heard of Chromies. So in my middle and high school, this all happened when I was in middle school, but I'm sure it was happening in the high school as well. There were these things called Chromies. We called them Chromies, and they were chrome or silver or metal valve caps that went over tires on cars, like fancy valve caps, basically. You know, you can get like valve caps that are shaped like an 8 ball or a skull
Dice or
or
some shit. Yeah.
bullet, all that shit, right?
Yeah.
And there's like 8 million variations of them, but there's also ones that are just kind of like chrome and plain and they kind of look like a crown. So there's all different colors and whatever. We called those chromies. For whatever reason, when we were in middle school, we would all the whole I'm saying like all my friends, everybody I knew was stealing chromies and trading them in school with one another. And I'm
If you got caught
I
stealing,
I
if you got
did.
caught being no, if I'm telling, if you were a teenager or a young preteen in New York City and you got caught standing bending over by somebody's tires, you're never gonna go do that again. That's all I'm
Let
gonna
me
say.
let me finish my story because I was the one who got caught. I'm sure other people got caught, but I got caught. So we had like escalated this situation pretty like we like needed more. We were like stealing chromies, but that wasn't enough. So then me and this kid, I don't want to dox him. He'll never listen to this, but I don't want to dox him anyway. Let's just say his name was like Pablo Francisco. Me and this kid are devising a scheme to get like better chromies. And so we decided we were going to steal, you know, the pointy lug nuts on like trucks, the
Mhm.
ones that like stick out really far.
Yeah,
That's what we wanted to steal next. We decided that we would do it from the firehouse because they
that's
were on the
smart.
fire trucks. Yeah, really smart. So we needed a plan, right? Because you can't just like bend down and quick unscrew one. So I was riding a scooter, a Razor scooter, which should give you an idea of the year this was, whatever time frame, right? We were riding around town. I was on a Razor scooter. He was on inline skates. He would fall, fake fall on his inline skates. I would like bend over to make sure he was okay. And in that time, we would steal said item, said chromie. And we traded these, like I said, in middle school, like crazy. Like everybody had bags of them and shit. It went from homies to chromies. I remember very specifically. Like homies were no longer cool and chromies took over. And anyway, we like were able to do it with the fire truck and like we hit like 20 nice cars that day, like BMWs with all kinds of cool chrome valve caps and shit. And we're like wrapping up the day and we're like 4 blocks from this kid's house. Not even. And there's this like beat old station wagon in the front of this guy's house. And he had chromies on him. And we're like, all right, let's just hit it. Like, why not? Like one more. We've already taken, 100 today, however many it was. This guy does his fake fall. I get down and we're taking the chromies off the car. And the guy whose shitty station wagon it was like came out his front door and was like, "What are you doing?" Like obviously like scared us, right? So I'm like, "Oh, he fell. I was just helping him get up. We're good though." So the kid gets up, starts rollerblading away. I'm on my scooter, and the guy like we don't like look behind us, but the guy like walks out and like sees that what we did. I guess like I
Mhm.
don't. I think it was like news, like neighborhood news. Like people knew that this shit was happening because I'm telling you, we cleaned out every car in the neighborhood. If you had chrome valve caps on your car, we took them. And dude caught us and like yelled at us like, "Well, why'd you steal those off my car?" And we're like, at this point, we're like booking, right? Like we know he's gonna give chase. Dude opens his front door, swear to God, takes his Doberman out and starts chasing us with his Doberman. And I'm on a Razor scooter, and this other kid's on inline skates. And we're booking as fast as we can. And this guy's like hot on our tail. We had maybe like a block and a half lead on him before he
Mhm.
started to chase because he had to go back to get his dog before he could start chasing us. So we are like, we know the neighborhood pretty well. We knew where all the kids lived. We're passing a sewer. We dumped the Chromies that we had stolen. The whole day's worth of Chromies we dumped right into the sewer. Like, just dropped our bags into the sewer. And we go to this other kid's house who incidentally lived across the street from Mike Moranitz, the kid who had that sick PS1, camo PS1. He lived right across the street from him. And we ducked into his backyard. And we could hear the guy and the dog on the street going up and down the block looking for us. And we're like talking, and the kid I'm with is like, let's go to my grandma's house. It's 3 blocks away. It's over here. I'm like, all right, bet, let's go there. And he starts to climb the fence. And when he puts his head up to hop over the fence, dude sees him. And I'm like,
Good
fuck.
timing.
The dude's like screaming. He starts banging on the door of my friend's house. And we didn't like check to see if my friend was home or anything like that.
Yeah.
And my friend's parents came out in the backyard, bro. And they're like, the dad was like an immigrant from Brazil, and the mom was like a normal white lady. And the dad's like, what are you guys doing here? He had like a really thick accent and shit. Like, oh,
That was a terrible accent. Go on.
we're like, is so and so home? You know? And he's like, no, he's not home. Like, he's like, get in the garage. And so he and dude's he and my friend's mom become completely complicit in this scheme of ours. And they hide us in the garage from this psychopath with his Doberman. We can hear them arguing. We're in the garage. They're on the front porch. He's screaming at them, arguing. I saw them in the backyard. I know they're in here. And we were like stuck because this dude's just like, he's like, I'm not leaving. And he's like walking up and down the block with the dog, just like wouldn't give up. And eventually the parents come down and they're like, look, I don't know what you guys did, but you're in a lot of trouble. Like, we can't, you got to get out of here. We can't let you stay, but you could use the phone. So I called my house, and my dad answered. I was like, oh, fuck. I was like, I need you to come pick me up at Paulie's house. Whoops. Sorry. I need you to come pick me up at this guy's house. And he does. And long story short, the kid who was with me, we drop him off. Nothing happens. But my dad's like, he's like, what? Like, I had to tell him the story because Paulie's parents told him what, like, there was this fucking psycho grown man with a Doberman chasing us down the street. And my dad's like, you got to go back. You got to give him back and you got to apologize. And I was like, I don't have them. My dad didn't believe me that I didn't have them, but I had thrown him down the sewer. Like,
right.
I don't have them. I threw him away down the sewer. He's like, why the fuck would you do that? He was so pissed at me. I was grounded. I don't even remember how long I was grounded for, bro. So I was grounded for a very long time. And this is the craziest shit, dude, with these Chromies. I was grounded for a long time. People were still trading them in school. And that was kind of basically the long and short of like that part of it. There was a part that I kind of forgot to lead in with there because there's a little bit more to the story, but that's how I got caught stealing Chromies and got in trouble for it.
No, we did not trade Chromies.
I mean, I picture you wouldn't have traded Chromies in New York City, but I thought maybe there was some other shit that you would have traded that I would have never heard of.
No.
But you traded homies.
I don't remember really trading homies. I remember collecting them.
Oh man, you never traded, bro. We traded everything.
If we did trade, I don't remember.
We were trading, and it was like, I remember I know the kid to this day who had the best collection of Chromies. We all had like sandwich bags. He had like the gallon freezer bag full of Chromies. I remember it. He would like pull it out of his backpack and smack it.
Did you ever play Bloody Knuckles?
Yeah, we played Bloody Knuckles for sure. I broke my best friend at the time's hand playing Bloody Knuckles in line at a White Stripes concert in Coney Island.
Nice.
You're talking about Bloody Knuckles with the quarter across the table, right? Yes. This was like, do you ever play Bloody Knuckles where you put your fists against one another and then bap the top with this part?
No.
You smack like that on their knuckles, and if they pull away, you know what I mean?
We did.
So if you fake them out and they pull away, you get to punch them in the arm or whatever.
Yeah.
And then if they don't pull away quick enough, you get them, and that's what we were doing. And I fucking wailed on him, and I aimed too far, and I hit the top of his palm, and his fucking hand swelled up like a balloon. It ended up breaking one of the bones in his hand. He's at the concert. We're all having a good time. His hand's fucking swollen up. Sorry, Robbie D, if you're listening, bro. I still have your bike in my garage, and I'm sorry I broke your hand.
He's not sorry. He told me before we started this that he wasn't sorry.
Robbie D was a good kid, dude. I got
And
him
you
mixed
broke
up
his
in some
hand.
bad stuff. I broke his hand at the White Stripes concert, borrowed his bike, never gave it back. I'm sure it had Chromies on it though. That bike was looking fire.
Terrible. Terrible.
Everybody
Well,
had Chromies on their bike, and we would get to school and we'd have to take the Chromies off our bikes. As people would take them while the bikes were parked at the school.
I think it's time for some rankings.
Yeah, I guess I got really into the Chromie story,
We did. Yes, yes, you did.
but it's time. It's time to rank some stuff. Did I close the window? Dang, I did.
Wow.
My bad. I'm opening it right now. It's all good.
Wow.
While I do this, before, for whatever reason, before we had those are recent tabs, not bookmarks. Before we had gone on this day of stealing Chromies, I had decided that I should hide my other Chromies, and I buried a bag of them at the park.
Do you think they're still there?
No, so after I got caught and dude was whatever, freaked out and chased us and all that, and then I got grounded, me and the same dude who I originally got caught with, we went out and tried to like Robin Hood, and we found cars that had plastic valve caps and put all the stolen Chromies on the plastic valve cap cars, like
That's
as if
funny.
that was somehow better, and stole the plastic ones. It's so
Terrible.
dumb. All right, well, it's time for some blind Pokemon rankings, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna generate random Pokemon. Now we've gone in the past, we've done this by generation, and we started our little chat this week and said, how are we going to do this ranking? We've done all 9 gens. Well, Zack Mo,
We are going
what
to
did we
do
decide?
we are going to do by type.
And this week we
So
just decided to start with Dragon, because otherwise we have to start with Bug, and that's going to be maybe one of the more boring weeks. So we're going to start with Dragon this week from any generation, no form typing,
right.
and fully evolved, or it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, right?
Doesn't matter. No.
All right, so we're just going to generate one at a time. I'm going to generate 10 Pokemon, blind listing. You got to rank them 1 through 10.
Let
Dragon
us
type
know
only.
which type you want us to do next week.
Yeah, so just to give you guys an idea, this normal list: Bug, Dark Dragon, Electric Fairy Fighting, Fire Flying Ghost, Grass Ground Ice, Normal Poison Psychic, Rock Steel Water. This particular app that we use also has the ability to do dual typings. So if you want us to do a blind ranking on, like, I don't know,
Fire
Poison
Ice.
Ghost, Fire Ice,
Poison
whatever,
Ghost.
we can do that.
But
you have
make
to,
sure that it's something that has a decent amount, because
right.
we did look up Steel Flying and there's literally 3.
Yeah.
So
All right. Here we go. Dragon this week. You guys let us know what we're doing next week on our ranking. Pokemon number 1. Whew. Starting out strong. Zekrom. Only 70 possibilities for Dragon type in all 9 gen. Zekrom.
I'm gonna get shit for this. Okay. You still deciding?
Yeah, because there's a lot to think about. Tyrunt. Let me know.
Yep.
Kingdra.
Okay.
Next time we do this, we should do fully evolved, because we could also get. Yeah, we should do fully evolved next time. It's okay. Tatsugiri.
That is fully evolved.
I know Kingdra is, but
No,
Tyrunt's not.
Tatsugiri.
Of course, Tatsugiri. Yeah, I was talking about Tyrunt.
Gotcha.
Anyway, Tatsugiri.
No, we only do fully evolved for battles. Go ahead.
Dreepy.
Okay.
I think our lists are going to be wildly different. Raging Bolt.
Good.
Ready? Miraidon. Oh boy, I done fucked up. Or I need
Fuck you,
some
spell
real
that.
good pulls here. We need some good pulls. Good?
Yeah, I don't know how to spell Maridon. Go ahead.
Miraidon, Miraidon.
I spelled it right.
Roaring Moon.
Okay.
Wow. I need 2 good pulls here.
Yep.
Oh, Flygon. That's a heartbreaker. All right, I really need a good pull here.
Go ahead.
Archelodon.
I did the right thing.
I fucked up.
Archeludon.
Yep. I'm an embarrassment.
I'm not.
I'm an
And
embarrassment.
this is my ranking and my opinion, so I don't give a fuck. Okay. Number 10,
Raging Bolt. I stand by that.
Dreepy. I'm not mad at either one of us.
Yep. I
Number
can see why
9,
Dreepy would be low. I don't mind Dreepy, but
I don't really care for it.
I'm not like Dreepy's the best. Kingdra. Also stand by that.
Is that your number 9?
Mm-hmm.
I put Tatsugiri.
I disagree. I like Tatsugiri more than number 9.
I like the Tatsugiri card, but that's about it.
I like Tatsugiri as an idea. It's a food. That's a cool idea.
Okay.
All right. Number 8.
Kingdra.
Tyrant.
Okay.
And the only reason Tyrant is low, because like I defended Tyrant last time.
You did.
When Tyrant popped, so when Zekrom and Tyrant were early, I was thinking of all the awesome dragon types. And I was like, I don't want to put Tyrant too high because there's all these awesome fucking dragon types. And then we fucking pull Archelodon. Ridiculous. Anyway, number 7.
Raging Bolt.
Tatsugiri.
Okay. Number 6.
Dreepy.
Tyrant.
So I think our 6 through 10 are the same. Minus Kingdra, maybe?
No, Kingdra's number 8 for me.
Yeah, 6 through 10 are the same.
Okay. So number 5.
Miraidon.
Zekrom.
Okay. I could see why. Number 4.
Archelodon, because that's the only spot.
I put Zekrom in the number 4 spot.
Okay. Number 3.
Flygon, regrettably.
I put Miraidon. I don't hate Miraidon. I use it I use it fairly frequently in Violet. It has good moves.
I don't hate Miraidon, but I used to deal with this Japanese distributor who was like a Miraidon hype boy.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have like a not so great taste in my mouth.
I choose Miraidon over Koraidon.
Oh, hands down.
Yeah.
That's not even a normal argument.
Number 2, we have the same.
Yeah.
Roaring Moon. And my number 1 is Flygon because I absolutely am a huge fan of Flygon.
I am not at all.
I don't think it gets the credit it deserves.
Regrettably, I have Archelodon as my number 1, which is even worse than having Flygon as my number 1.
Well, no, I think Flygon gets a bad rap. I think it's a pretty cool fucking Pokemon.
What a horrendous last pull. I'm so butthurt, dude. Look at this. One more, we had Kyurem. Kyurem doesn't deserve a number 1 spot, but
no.
How many more times before we pull like a really good one? There we go. See? It's like 5. We were like 5 pulls away from Latios.
I am not the biggest hype fan of the Latios.
Latios would have been number 1 for sure. 6, 7, 8, Regidrago, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 pulls away from Dragonite. There's Dragapult, Reshiram. Yeah, this is nuts, dude. All right. Well, it is what it is, right? We did our best. Now we got to try to make a battle party, right?
Not out of these.
No, but we're going to run 15 or 10. What do we do? 15.
We do 15. Are we doing only dragon?
15 fully evolved dragon type.
Okay.
And we got to make a battle party. Oh, wow. Right. This is going to be wild because you are always like all about the typing for your battle party.
Because I know what I'm doing.
All right. Yeah, but according to Charlie, I always win. 15
Charlie
dragon type only. For those of you just listening, here we go. We've got Giratina, Koraidon, Cyclizar, 50% Zygarde, Eternatus, Komodo, Walking Wake, Zekrom, Dragonite, Palkia, Salamence, Naganadel, Latios, Dragouge, and Curly Tatsugiri. Got to bring 6 for a
What is
battle
that?
party.
What is
Let us
that
know
next
in
to
the comments.
Salamence? What is that?
What?
What is that next to Salamence?
Where's Salamence? Oh, Naganadel?
Yeah, what the hell is that?
It's a legendary.
From what?
Naganadel is the purple legendary. Like it was in when the first legendary raids came in, where the altered beasts came in Pokemon Go. That's where Naganadel was in Pogo. I don't remember what generation it's in.
If it's an Ultra Beast, then it's Sun and Moon.
It is Sun and Moon because there's Naganadel in one of the Sun and Moon sets. It is a Sun and Moon Pokemon. You're right.
Well, yeah, I know I'm right because it's an Ultra Beast. All right, choose your team. Whatever.
I am.
Okay.
I'm in the middle of that. And I would have been done if I didn't get rudely interrupted. It's not my fault you don't know your Pokemon.
See,
Out
the
here
thing is,
blaming
I'm
me.
usually about typing, but that doesn't matter here.
I think it still plays a huge role.
Not even a little bit. Maybe a little bit.
I think a lot.
All right, I got mine.
I always come down to the last one. Man, I can't believe I'm gonna do this, but I'm gonna do this. I think.
Can't believe you've done this.
I gotta take him. I gotta take him. I can't believe you've done this. Man, should I switch out this other one?
Nah,
I feel like I already locked in.
you're locked in.
I'm locked in, but I'm gonna put an asterisk during discussion to see what you think if I should have switched it out. See what
All
the
right.
chat thinks.
I got Giratina,
Duh.
Koraidon.
Nope. Fuck that.
I took Zekrom,
Yep.
Eternatus,
Nope.
Dragonite,
Yep.
Palkia.
Nope. So you have Etern,
Zekrom, and Palkia.
No, I have Zekrom. Etern, Palkia, and Koraidon
Right. Okay.
are the 3 that you have that I don't. I took Latios,
Okay.
which you said you weren't a fan of, so I knew Latios probably wasn't going to be on your team. Salamence
Mhm.
and Zygarde. Zygarde was the one that I was like, I have to take Zygarde. Zygarde's one of the most powerful Pokemon, period. So
Okay. So just so you know that Zekrom, you have Zekrom though. So
yeah, I have Zekrom.
you didn't take Palkia,
Nope. I don't like
Eternatus.
Palkia.
Neither do I, but I wanted water. Palkia and those water moves.
I have an asterisk next to Salamence.
Who are you going to trade it for?
I was debating taking Walking Wake over Salamence.
See. Okay, I wouldn't take. The thing about Salamence is it's dual typing. It's also flying. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong.
No, I'm almost certain it is.
Right. So it's dual type. It's also flying. Anything that learns electric, so a Dragonite, a Zekrom, can take that out very easily because of the flying aspect.
I have
With
Zekrom
Thunder
and
moves.
Dragonite.
Right, I know, but I'm just
So we're
saying
gonna
that's why
cancel
I
each
didn't
other
take
out on that.
Salamence. Right. That's also a reason why I didn't take Salamence. Another reason why I didn't take Walking Wake, same reasoning. It's very easy to take out with electricity.
Yeah. I feel like not taking Zygarde's an L.
Zygarde's gonna win. Oh no, wait, no, Zygarde might not be. Forget about power and that Zygarde is a very powerful Pokemon. Move wise, that's where I'm going with. I can't remember. Is fighting strong against ground?
I believe so, but I also think that you can't really discount power in a dragon type only. And now all of a sudden we're talking about move strength because then
Well,
Tatsugiri
no. I'm just
gets
talking.
bumped up in the ranks. You know what I
I'm
mean?
just talking from my personal knowledge of it. That I think Koraidon can beat Zygarde because of fighting.
I think you're cracked if you think Koraidon's going to beat Zygarde in any situation. Koraidon's trash.
Mm, it's debatable. No, I agree with you that it's trash, but me being beat is debatable. Um, yeah, I mean, I think this is our toughest way of ranking and
I
pulling
agree.
battle
And it's
party.
going to be impossible. We're never going to agree.
No, we won't, and you'll just gaslight me like you always do, like a Typhlosion or something.
I mean, I do think not taking Zygarde is a massive L,
I've never really been a big Zygarde fan, so I
but
don't know too much
taking
about it, to be honest.
taking Palkia and taking who else did you take? Oh, Eternatus. I
Koraidon.
think those are great choices.
Mm.
Koraidon, I just never would have taken Koraidon.
Eternatus I took because it also is poison.
Eternatus is basically like a weird skeleton Charizard.
No. How
Yeah,
the fuck do you figure?
it just is.
Okay,
Look it
that
up.
doesn't make sense. I'm not gonna look it up. It sounds stupid.
It's in Darkness Ablaze. That makes it a Charizard. What else do we do? Normally we do a third one, but how are we going to do a third one if we're only doing dragon typing?
Uh, I don't know.
You want to just run in everything?
Yeah, sure, why
15
not?
everything make a battle party?
Yeah, why not?
I mean that I feel like there's so many possibilities that making a
It's
battle
over a
party,
thousand.
well, not if we do fully evolved, but still there's a lot of different outcomes.
Yes.
Fully evolved, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Out of 15 battle party fully evolved, we have, so this is every Pokemon, 574 possibilities. Delphox, Incarnate Thundurus, Politoed, Gardevoir, Crocodile, Empoleon, Masquerain, Rapidash, Darmanitan, Tapu Bulu, Spectrier, Beartic, Minior, Walking Wake, and Solrock. That's actually a very difficult list.
So I'm not taking Gardevoir because fuck Charlie.
Massive L. Gardevoir is the first Pokemon I'm taking.
Yeah, no, I'm taking Gardevoir.
Massive L. Massive L. That's funny. I think this is the wrong choice, but I'm going to do that just because I like that better. I'm going to go here. I'm going to go here, and I need one more. God, I hate this Pokemon, but I'm going to take him anyway. All right, I got my 6.
I'm taking Walking Wake,
Yep.
Spectre,
Yep.
Tapu Bulu,
Yep.
Rapidash,
Yep.
Guardy,
Yep.
and Empoleon.
I knew you were going to take Empoleon. I took Thundurus. You're wrong, bro. Thundurus, for sure. You hate the whole line. Landorus, Thundurus. Why do you hate them so much? They're so powerful.
Because they look so fucking stupid.
Dude versus Empoleon?
Yeah, no,
It's a-
you beat me all day on
Oh
that
my
one.
God, bro.
I'm not even gonna debate that with you. You beat me all day on that.
Empoleon. I mean, that's Empoleon's the only choice. Maybe Beartic. Actually, I think Beartic is also stronger than Empoleon, like a stronger choice than Empoleon. But Empoleon's pretty strong. Empoleon had like a really good run back in the like XY era, black and white era. Empoleon was pretty
Thunderous, Landorus, Tornadus, Enamorous.
sussy
All
baka.
fucking stupid.
Thundurus was the
I don't
obvious
care
choice.
how strong. You could have had Thunderous versus fucking
17 Diglets and Thundurus. You're taking only Diglett.
Well, yeah, that would be stupid not to. Because thunder doesn't affect ground.
So here's a more reasonable question, and I debated this back and forth. How did you land on Rapidash over Delphox?
I'm just a big Rapidash fan. That's literally it.
I thought about that, and I thought about speed, and I don't know if the speed stats on Delphox are actually slower.
Well, Delphox
I
is
feel like
what?
they have to be.
Delphox is psychic or is it ghost? I think it's psychic.
I think it's psychic as well.
Right. So we have Gardevoir for that.
I was basically just looking at fire between the two of them.
I love Rapidash, so
I
that's
also chose Rapidash.
One of my favorites, one of my favorite shinies.
Agreed. All right, well that was good. Good list.
It is.
But
also, a Diglett isn't affected by anything by Thundurus. It's going to attack me with what? Thunderbolt? Doesn't affect Diglett.
You know what? You might be right. Diglett actually might be the only way to beat Thundurus. The only counter.
Well, no. If it's that, I would take Crocodile because Crocodile is also ground. But what I was saying is, you could have chose Thundurus versus Caterpie. I would have chose Caterpie.
I was just making a random example, bro.
Caterpie beats all. String shot. Let's go. Thundurus can't see shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Collective. We appreciate you. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share, download.
Only
bookmark.
only one of you followed my Instagram and liked my picture.
Oh my
Shout
God.
out Haley.
Not with the personal, the personal.
I don't have a business. My business is this. Okay.
I don't promote my business on here. I just
talk about your stream.
We might talk about it, but I've never once asked anybody to. Maybe the one time
everybody who listens already follows.
That's true. It is a podcast born from the stream that I started. So
it's the collective born from the Collectors Club.
Yeah, that's true. It is an offshoot of the Collectors Club.
Shout out Zack Mo for the sick name.
Yeah. Impossible to find, but the name is fire. There's 80,000 other collectives, sadly.
Yup.
You know how many of those? I sent so many of those stickers out this week, dude.
I feel so bad for those people. I need another one.
People want them. I'll send you another one. That's fine.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in. It's been another awesome week, and I look forward to seeing you guys on stream this weekend. Enjoy the podcast.
Enjoy the podcast.
You probably already did because it's the end. That's a stupid thing to say. Bye.
Bye. I've been Zack Mo, aka Skin Tack Wipes.
Oh shit! Yeah,
Bye.
I've been aka Glacier Freeze. Bye.